saw a video where a guy said, most doctors don't know what the fuck they are doing. They give you a lifelong diagnosis. They treat your symptoms. They don't find the root cause or the cure, and that's what they call medicine these days. Now I want to tell you that he is absolutely correct. I seen it day after day. I want to give an example. Type 2 diabetes. Most people don't think it's curable. It's curable. Not only is it curable, but there's a root cause to type 2 diabetes. And it's not your A1C and it's not your glucose that you're looking for to fix. Your glucose and your A1C never would have got where they were at if you didn't look at your insulin level and fix your insulin level before you had to fix those two other levels. So how do we do that? Well, we wake up. We don't think about eating right away. We keep our insulin levels low because our blood sugar levels are high in the morning, and they are highest in the morning because we're ramping up our body to wake up. You fast, you don't snack, and you eat things high in protein and high in good fat. You drink lots of water, and you don't eat the shit in the center of the grocery store. It's truly that simple.
So she saw it on a video, huh? I guess that means it's correct. So the idea here is that doctors don't actually try to treat the underlying causes of disease. Where do you get that? I mean, what do you think doctors are doing, with their education and all of the billions of dollars of research that's going on? Do you honestly think that like every doctor is an idiot? I mean, come on, be real. So let's go to the American Diabetes Association and look at their website and say, how do we treat diabetes? How do we treat type 2 diabetes? Number one on the list of this is now established standard of care medicine. How do we treat type 2 diabetes? Number one, exercise. Number two, diet. And they have an elaborate diabetic diet and what's good to eat, what's not good to eat. Number three, weight control, getting your weight down. Number four on the list, after you do those other three things, is medication, because some people absolutely need and benefit from medication. And then the other parts of the list are to address any of the downstream effects of having type 2 diabetes. She's wrong about the cause of diabetes, of type 2 diabetes. She says it's high insulin levels, but she's really just going back one step. You have to ask, well, what's the cause of high insulin levels? It turns out it's insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetics don't have the same reaction to response to insulin. Insulin is a hormone. It's secreted by the pancreas in response to blood sugar. And what insulin does is it helps cells transport glucose from the blood into the cell, where the glucose could then be metabolized for energy. So if your cells are not responding to insulin as well as they should, that increases your blood sugar level, because now the sugar's hanging out in the blood rather than getting into cells. So ironically, your cells are starving for sugar when your blood sugar is very high. Right, that would happen. Type 1 diabetics don't make enough insulin. It's more complicated than this, but basically type 1 diabetics don't make enough insulin. Type 2 diabetics make too much insulin. They're resistant to the insulin. So then the insulin levels go up because it's trying to drive the sugar, the glucose into the cells. What causes insulin resistance? Researchers are examining that question as well. The short answer is we're not quite sure. We haven't fully explained exactly what's causing insulin resistance, but we know it's partly diabetic. We know it's partly genetic. It's your genes do predispose you to having type 2 diabetes. But there could be other mechanisms, probably driven by chronically high sugar from a bad diet, but also sedentary lifestyle. Also, excess body fat may cause inflammation in ways that could also cause insulin resistance. But we're still trying to dig deeper and deeper and deeper at the actual root causes of type 2 diabetes. We don't just say it's blood sugar. I mean, that's a complete cardboard straw man, whatever, choose your metaphor, of what physicians and scientists say. The scientists, medical scientists, physicians are the ones who have actually discovered the cause of insulin and the cause of high blood sugar, the cause the fact that it's caused by insulin resistance, and now we're trying to dig deeper to find the causes of insulin resistance, and we're partially to an answer there, and we'll keep going, looking for things to treat, underlying causes to treat. In the meantime, we know what works, and if you see any diabetes doctor worth his salt, right, they're going to tell you diet, exercise, weight control. Let's do those things. If we can't get your blood sugar and your insulin levels under control with the lifestyle changes, we may need to use medication. Sometimes you need to use medication right away because people, the insulin resistance is kind of a doom loop. If you have high blood sugar because you have insulin resistance, the high blood sugar could drive more insulin resistance, right? Because it kind of wears out your receptors. So sometimes you need to get things under control to let the system reset itself while buying yourself time to do the lifestyle changes, weight loss and diet and exercise in order to reverse this trend. That's the standard of care treatment, not just treating blood sugar. So everything she said is complete and utter nonsense because she clearly has no idea what she's talking about. And all you have to do is talk to a doctor or even just go to professional websites like the American Diabetes Association and see what they say. It's clearly the standard of care to do diet and exercise and weight control. So, which you should do. And if you have diabetes, you should be doing that under the guidance of a healthcare provider who knows what they're talking about, who could monitor how things are going and know when, you have to monitor for the side effects of diabetes, like changes in your eye function, for example, and when medication is necessary, when medication is helpful, but to keep you on track also for the lifestyle treatments. That's the reality of medicine today, not this cardboard cartoon nonsense that she was spouting.